I knew I shouldn't have done it. I replaced the windshield wipers, and now the head gasket is blown. So here we are. I'm going to replace the head gasket today. Time that I replace windshield wiper blades on my own personal vehicles, things go for the south. So I already have the head gasket set here, and I'm gonna go get cracking at it. So here we go. So I always like to start my project when I get the parts in, and then I get going. So here's my box of parts. Harry should be an 8-pack of blades. Really cost $40. We don't think so. A $13 value. All yours. Harry.com. Drift. This video is not sponsored. I think these are the head bolts. There it is. Cylinder head bolt. Not made in the USA. But we're gonna use them today. Well, not today, but it's late night now. I had to eat dinner, so it's late night now. But these are the head bolts. And then we have a nice head gasket set here. Hopefully. That's what it's supposed to be. What's inside? Here we go. Pull this out. Ooh. Take a nice little look in there. Nothing. But that is a nice box. That's what she said. Or he said, anyway. That should be the valve stem seals, so I can do that while the head is off. And thermostat. A lot of good parts to start putting together and trying to actually throw in this car, because 221,000 miles. It's been a really dependable car. It really has. So she deserves a new head gasket, because like I said, she's been drinking a lot, and even right now it's missing some fluid, and just barely drove it, like literally pulled it in, and before that we filled it, so it's got to be going somewhere. I'm gonna start taking apart the ignition system and all the top side spark plugs, start laying it out over here somewhere. I'm probably gonna throw down some cardboard so I can try to keep everything semi nice. Push back maybe the microwave that I'm not using, that's in the way. I do need to drain the fluid for the coolant. There still is some in there. It's not like I trash the car and try to run it dry or whatever. I mean, it is really drinking a lot of fluid. I'm gonna try and do my best here, as always. So here we go. Alright, so there is a good view of the valves. So I'm gonna have to take this apart in this whole section. There's the exhaust manifold gasket. I just pulled it back for now. I can pull it back all the way. I just didn't want to have it hanging and putting stress too much on anything else. Yeah, just in case, you know. It's gonna come apart, and I do believe it should be right at this deck line right there. Should be right exactly where the head gasket is at, which I don't think is blown externally. I think it's just eating it inside, because yeah, that's there. So I'm gonna take a shower and start early in the morning, fresh, and get these fluids drained. So I'll see you guys in the morning. So day 2, going to go ahead and start getting the rest of this kind of torn down as much as I can. And of course, Pepper's here. You want to say hi? So she needs to inspect and then go ahead and sit back down. So if you're looking to see the condition of the spark plugs, here they are. Cylinder 1, cylinder 2, cylinder 3, and cylinder 4. So while that drains, so loosen that up and loosen that up, and this should drop on down, giving it, oh, already dirty, giving it a lot of play for you gonna pop this off and get that belt out of there. Oh, to take the adjuster down more, and that just slips down. There we go. Now this has a lot of play in the belt, and it's easy to just push over the ridge, and then you have all the play in the world to take that off with the crankshaft. There we go. Won't be long. I'll be having that the belts out of the way, and then I'll be able to get to the timing belt and keep going. Sweet. Belt's just flapping, which is what I want. Awesome. Relax. Belts off, belts off. Now I gotta go after that one real quick. Crank bolt is out of there. No specialty tool. I know I need a new belt. Then the crank, be careful because it has a key in it. It's shimmying. And just real light. Oh, don't lose this little piece of metal that's in there. That's very important. I would love to get a new oil pump so I can get that seal that's right in there. So we're trying to contain all our dyno juice over here. So I want to get a new one of those. One thing that I have noted in previous rebuilds is that you don't want to take every single thing apart just because you have a head gasket set sitting here. A head gasket set will do a lot of the gaskets, but it won't do every single gasket up here or for every vehicle every single time. So what I'm going to do is end up taking this out in a large chunk, and then finding what gaskets are actually in that gasket set and finding where they go, and then replacing them as needed on here. Which at that point, once I find them, I'll go ahead and clean up that area and get the surface all primo. And then I will go ahead and get that all smashed back together. If you ever rebuild anything, sometimes those everything just doesn't come in the set. So I'm going to keep at it. Here we go. Alright, so I'm at the point where I'm about to release the head bolts here. I finally got the right socket to fit on there in a 1/2-inch drive, so that's there.
So I think I still have a little bit of work to do with the wiring harness and making sure that there's any brackets on the back side of the motor. So I'm going to go after that and try and get this head off relatively soon. Well, you see it. It is all torn down. Well, as far as the gasket goes. The cylinder head's over there, so progress has been made, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on this over the weekend. This has got to be back on the road by Monday. Stay tuned. When you're looking at this, you can see a bunch of grime on cylinder. Let's just call this number 1. And number 2 is looking a little oily, but a little bit cleaner. And then cylinder 3 has got such a clean streak down there. So, what is that? It's almost like it's been steam cleaned or something. It's weird. Cylinder number 4 is going to be a little bit clean, but not nearly anything looking like cylinder 1 over here with all the extra grime that I would kind of expect with 222,000 miles or so. So that I would expect. That's, you know, would be great. This definitely tells a tale that we're having some kind of a water entry coming into the cylinder and cleaning the combustion chambers. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be rebuilding this. Oh my goodness, so many, not so many parts, but still enough parts to call this a project, that's for sure. So I appreciate everybody watching. So stay tuned for part 2 on this little job here, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.